Alright, so this video is going to be about trauma and how it can, like your initial trauma can be triggered by additional traumas that you have in life. My case, and the case that I want to keep talking about is those that have earlier childhood trauma, or it doesn't have to be specifically that, but complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which is trauma for over a span of time. And so, especially like during childhood, like when you have that trauma, like it's kind of like embedded into you, like you're growing, right? And like your trauma, like you have to end up growing around it, so it's like into you, and so then it stays with you, especially if it's not resolved. And so what happens is when you have other traumas, like anything like just that feels too much for us to handle. So like losing a job, going through like a super toxic relationship and breakup, going through a traumatic body injury, a death in the family, just, things like other traumas. And so when those traumas happen, often I'm finding out, and with myself, it triggers the initial trauma and triggers your complex PTSD. And so not only are you dealing with that current trauma, but then all of a sudden you have to deal with your initial trauma as well. So then you're going through both at the same time. So anyways, yes, this is a video about that. And no, I'm not stoned out of my mind. My eyes are red, yes, but I've got this red lamp over here, and also I was just watching one of my favorite shows. I'm not going to say it for those who haven't watched it. I don't want to spoil it. But where they have to kill a dog, and it's not for me. It's not for me, guys. And I was just sobbing, and my friend that I'm with is sitting there, and everything is normal, and I'm just sobbing over a dog. So anyways, jump into it. Also, one more thing. This one, all of my videos I feel like come with a trigger warning, innately or inherently, just by saying sexual abuse in the title. But this one, I do want to inform you, this is an extra trigger warning, because it's not that it gets graphic, but it shows little details about how it connects to trauma. So I'm just letting you know. So today was the day that I told my doctor that I was abused as a child, and that I recovered the memories, and she believed me. And that's everything. I don't know what I would have done had she not, because she's the first primary care provider that I actually feel supports me and listens to me and does what I need. And she said that if need be, however it would work, that she would support my application for disability. Just being believed is everything. There's something so intimate about that relationship with your general doctor. Obviously, there's something very intimate with your mental health doctors as well, but your general primary doctor, you're kind of assigned a primary doctor since you're born, and so it's such an intimate relationship, and the fact that mine is still intact is just, I can't tell you how much that means. When I had that conversation with my doctor yesterday, and I told her what happened, and she had said that knowing this and the fact that at my last physical appointment I was unable to take my clothes off because this trauma was coming up, and it was before my memories, but she was yeah, knowing this combined with that, like, it makes a lot of things about you and your experiences in the last, like, bunch of years make sense. And I just felt so incredibly seen, and just to know that, not that too sensitive is a thing, too sensitive is a myth, but to know that you're not actually as too sensitive as, like, people kept making you out to be is not. And I mean, every time, I don't know if every time is right, but I can pinpoint many times where I went through trauma in the last bunch of years, and this trauma was triggered, the sexual abuse trauma, at least in my adult life. So numerous times with ex-partners, especially because the endings were bad, especially not my last ex-partnership, which was Ryan, but my partnership before that. He reminded me so fucking much of my abuser, dude. So goddamn much. And he was emotionally and mentally abusive himself. We were both abusive to each other, but anyways, like, him being like that, regardless, of everything, like, just really triggered this. And actually, I was going through that for years. I was being triggered, and unknowingly, and then therefore, like, eventually, like, after a bit, like, I wasn't able to work again, so hence resulted in me being fired. This time is more extreme because this is the actual trauma that, like, is the root. But so that was really, really bad. There was a really, really scary thing that happened a bunch of years ago that really triggered it. Like, it was very bad. Like, I have many scars from that. And what else was triggering? Breaking my leg. Oh, fucking A, that was triggering. There was a death that was so triggering, and I gotta tell you why. When you're that violated, even if it's just once, and in my case, many, many years, and you leave your body all that time because you're forced to, you die. You're may not be a physical death, but it's a death. You stop being the person that you were. And when it happens over and over again, you've lost yourself so many times that you're not even there. You're not real. I stopped being Kendall a long time ago. And so when there was a death that triggered me, that beyond, because it took me right back to Alton, and unknowingly, because I didn't have my memories, it took me right back to those times where I died. And you keep losing, and you keep losing, and he keeps taking, and you've gone through so many deaths that you don't even know what's up and down, and I wasn't able to put that together until my memories came through, why that affected me so deeply. Because it wasn't a death in my sphere. It was in my sphere, but it wasn't a death personal to me. And so I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I know I'm empathetic, but like, or at least I know that I try to practice being empathetic, but like, this is, I don't know, this is like, this became more about like, and so I struggled with that. I And I kept my mouth shut because it wasn't about me. It was hard. God, it was so hard. And I have dreams about it, and it's not. And then I feel very guilty because I don't want that to be that way, but it's a trigger. Anyways, I don't know what sparked this. Is I saw that memory that I posted about breaking my leg and the trauma that it was, and yeah, and so just a little tiny rundown of all the, at least since I've graduated, that I'm able to pinpoint the really super huge CPTSD episodes that I went through, that last for weeks, if not months, especially if you're still in the bad situation, which is what was happening with me with that one ex. And on top of that, I'm starting to put together that I also was assaulted during that one time in the beginning of when things started going bad with me and that ex. It wasn't the ex. So it extra triggering too. So anyways, that's what it is. So yeah, this is just something that I've been slowly putting together. Yeah, like I said, I posted that on social media, and I felt like I had to share. Yeah, it's been really hard, my guys, like really, really hard. But one cool thing, I say this, if you follow me, you know that I say this because I say it often. But fuck that shit happened to me. Like, fuck that my trauma happened. Fuck that I was, raped as a kid. Fuck all of that, right? But so fuck no, that trauma did not make me stronger. Fuck no, I did not need that trauma in order to help people. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely not. There is no silver lining in being raped as a child. There is no silver lining in being beaten and neglected. There is no silver lining. There is no silver lining. And so where the silver lining lies, and this is what's really cool, is because you apply it to the rest of your life. Where the silver lining lies is that when you heal, it takes a long time, right? And things are tough. Like I have been saying, if you watch my videos, you know that things are tough. But when you heal, you don't stop healing. Like, healing is not linear, I will say. I am so with that. I keep blocking myself. I'm so with that. Healing is not linear, and you might not feel like you're healing every day. You might not, you might be in a deep hole and it seems like you're not healing. The thing is, though, that every little day you are healing, and every little thing that you do, there are silver linings in healing. And no, we do not need to go through all of that to find them. That is a whole thing that should not happen at all, ever, just point blank. So we did not have to survive that to learn how to heal, and to learn that while yes, we have pain, and I'm talking, I don't know, again, whatever pain, I don't know, it's complex. Pun not intended. I'm never cool enough to make puns on purpose. But what was I saying? Here's that thing that I do, and I lose my train of thought and I forget things. And this is just going on YouTube because I do that. Yes, what I'm saying is the healing, it doesn't stop. Like, you're not gonna heal right away. and that part sucks. But you heal a little bit each day. You heal a little bit each self-care thing you do. You heal a little bit each time you leave your house. You find silver linings. And that's something that is getting me by. I think that's something that's getting me by, and it's gotten me by with things before. I think this is the most important thing. So I don't know anything to my trauma. I don't know anything to that happening. It did not happen to me on purpose. Absolutely not. I don't owe. If anything, that makes me feel like I would owe something to my abuser, and I owe absolutely less than nothing to him. I don't care what anybody says. So, I bid you adieu.